And we are back on Big Board Sports on this Monday morning. And as you know by now, the number one team in men's lacrosse is the University at Albany. How about that? And Scott Marr joins us here on Big Board Sports to celebrate that at least for a little bit. I mean, come on. First time in school history, no question about it. And the coach is with us coming off a 16-2 win over Drexel over the weekend. Good morning, Coach.
Hey, Roger. How you doing, buddy?
We are good. Brian Mariano filling in for Chris, who was on assignment today. I hope it's a good assignment. But first of all, let's just talk about what it means when you heard, and you knew it was coming because Duke lost over the weekend. What does it mean? Has it set in that you're the number one team in the country?
Yeah, I mean, it's a nice accomplishment for sure. I mean, I think it's great for our parents and our friends and the administration and school. You know, honestly, for us, it's the same. You know, it's just a number next to our name right now. You know, it's February. You know, we still have a long way to go, and you know, it's just 2 games into the schedule. So it's certainly nice, but you know, it's not something we're going to harp on or really. You know, it's not going to help us win Saturday. That's for sure.
No, but in terms of just like. You knew this team was pretty good. Then you go out and you beat Syracuse. You have no letdown over the weekend. Obviously, you thumped Drexel 16-2. Yeah. Now it's just kind of gratifying to know that the rest of the country now knows that UAlbany is the real deal.
That was neat, and just not to correct you, but the 16-2 score was halftime score.
Oh yeah, halftime score, right?
Yeah, it's 18-5.
Yeah, right. 18-5. Yeah, 16-2 halftime, right?
No, it's honestly, it's a credit to our coaching staff. You know, Derek Eccles, Liam Gleason, Mary Thompson, those guys we're prepared. You know, we've played really well these last couple of games, but we're ready to go. And then our seniors, you know, our seniors have been in 2 quarterfinals. They've been around the block a couple times already, so they're really focused. And again, our overall goal is to win the whole thing and be in that national championship game on the last day. But you know, again, we just got great leadership from our coaching staff and from our seniors, and I think that's why we're successful right now.
Did you play better against Drexel than you did against Syracuse?
I think we finished the ball better in the first half. I thought against Syracuse, if we had shot the ball better in the first half, we could have had a bigger lead early. To be honest with you, but I thought we did play better because we shared the ball a little bit more. The ball was flowing a little bit better. Our offense definitely flowed a little bit better. But we were also very, very efficient with the ball when we had it. I think we shot 9 for 19 in the first quarter, and then we shot 7 for 16 in the second quarter. So we're shooting at about a 50% clip, and that's pretty good stuff.
Head coach Scotty Marr joining us here. His UAlbany Great Danes are the number one team in the country for men's lacrosse coming into this Monday. Now, Coach, I know a lot of people were talking after the win against Syracuse. You were worried about having a letdown coming into Drexel, and obviously that was not the case. Is this? You said earlier in the interview that the expectations are to go to the national championship. And now being number one, is it going to be harder to kind of ingrain that into your kids' head, knowing that they're the team to beat throughout the entire country?
No, I don't think so. I honestly think we have to embrace it. You know, I think we have to embrace that we are one of the top teams in the country, and that every time we step on the field, you know, it's an opportunity for another team to get a quality win. So, you know, again, we have to be prepared, you know, week in and week out for our opponent, you know, as a coaching staff, and then get our players prepared. So, you know, I think it's more about embracing it and just continuing to let the confidence flow and keep playing with good confidence each week. And, you know, I think if we can do that, you know, we certainly give ourselves an opportunity each week to win. DeHogan
Anacoke, Justin Ray, Kyle McClancy, all before halftime had hat tricks.
They had hat tricks. You know, Connor Fields had 9 points in the first half. You know, our starting attack didn't play in the second half. We put some substitutions, and we put our second group of attack in the second half. You know, took those guys out of the game. So yeah, it was, like I said, we were very efficient on offense this week. I thought, again, coming out of the Syracuse game, I didn't think we were as efficient as we wanted to be, and you know, Coach Thompson really got on the guys early in the week about running our offense a little bit better and sharing the ball a little bit more. And again, you had an opportunity. We had the ball so much. TD did an unbelievable job at the face-off action, getting us the ball. So, you know, we played really well. You know, and it was good to see. And to share the scoring like we did. You know, Sean Eccles had 2, Jacob Patterson had 1. Like I said, Kyle and Tohoga and you know, and Justin had 3. You know, Connor had 2. So, you know, we spread it out, and that's what we need. We need scoring from you know, multiple guys.
I'm just glad DeHoga's starting to, like, that's becoming a household thing now, you know. I don't have to, like, look at the pronunciation and go, all right, how are we pronouncing this young man's name? He is a stud, no doubt. And it was 9-1 at the end of the first quarter, so this was a rout. And you talk about TD, 21 to 22 faceoffs. But how about, Coach, talk about your defense? I mean, we certainly know you have plenty of offense. What have you seen in the first two games from your defense?
Well, I think they've been really good. You know, JD in the goal has done a really nice job of just maintaining where he is in the goal. His positioning's been great. So, you know, he's taking away the low angle shots and he's getting hit with the ball quite a bit too. And he's just doing a nice job of staying as big as he can. He's not a big kid, but as big as he can in the goal. I think the best thing for our defense right now is that we're just limiting good opportunities. You know, and I think when you limit teams to good opportunities, Drexel only took 23 shots on the course of the game, and so we limited them, in their opportunities. So that was a good thing for our defense. And when the ball's on the ground in our end, we're coming up with ground balls and getting our transition game started. So our offense starts with our defense. So when JD gets it or any of our defenders get it, we immediately are on the offense. So they did a great job of getting the ball up and out for us.
Duke loses to Pennsylvania, and UA now the number one team in the country. How about the fan turnout on Saturday, Scott? 2,076 fans. That was impressive as well.
Yeah, no doubt. I mean, on a day, again, in February, again, I think playing in Casey Stadium is just such an attraction. The Jumbotron is great, and the music and all that kind of stuff. It's really good. It's a really great place for fans to see a game. And, again, the sight lines are awesome. But I tell you, that 2,000, I swear, feels like 5 or 6. And it's just so loud in that stadium. When we score, we make a nice play. And what's really neat about our fans is that they're engaged the whole game, and they get excited about a ground ball, that they get excited about a save. It's just not the fancy goal or behind the back goal that they get excited about. They get excited about us just making good plays. And our team really feeds off that. So it's been hopefully we get the same kind of crowd, if not bigger, this weekend against Cornell.
I heard you say this week in one of the media avails about comparing your sport to basketball, maybe getting the basketball fans who don't know that much about lacrosse, but the game is similar in how it is played, to get, when the basketball season ends here sooner than later, to get them to come over and add to your attendance at your home games.
Yeah, I agree. And like I said, it is a very similar sport, and I think it's a fan-friendly sport for those basketball fans that a guy could come over easily and pick up lacrosse and be really interested in it, and just, again, the overall action and the pace that we play at, I think, is entertaining for people as well. So, and again, we had so many young kids there, and I give our guys credit, after the game, they stood around and took pictures with kids and autographs and all that kind of stuff. So, the interaction that we're getting with our fans has been really neat as well. So, again, hopefully more people will continue to come out.
All right, how about the next one? There's always the next one. Cornell at 1 o'clock on Saturday at Casey Stadium.
Yeah, they're good. I watched both their games that they played so far yesterday, and they're very skilled offensively. Coach Thompson coached their best offensive player in high school, this kid Jeff Teat. Actually played with my son Kyle up at the Hill Academy. Very slick. I think he had 9 points or 10 points in their game on Saturday. So. I think our defense will really, this weekend, we'll really see how well we can play and can we shut down a team that's averaging 13 goals a game right now. So they're good, and we just have to, again, if we can win faceoffs and be efficient on offense, we should be in good shape. Well,
get the blowtorch out, Coach. That's what lacrosse analyst Carcaterra said here with us on Friday. I said, can they win the national? He goes, it's like a blowtorch with them. He goes, they're going to steamroll all these guys until he talked about Yale, he talked about Maryland, but I know you know him well. But we thought the blowtorch in the same sentence was pretty darn funny.
We'll see. Again, we have to execute. Every game's different and every situation's different. So we're going to prepare ourselves for Cornell, and that's all we're thinking about right now.
Coach, appreciate a few minutes. Congrats on the win, and, of course, now number one in the country.
Awesome. Thank you, Roger.